Gay adult film star Devin Franco is out as a Trump supporter, and he is not alone. In a shocking revelation just days before the election, gay adult film star Devin Franco came out as a supporter of Donald Trump. Franco, who has been a prominent figure in the adult film industry since 2017, took to Twitter to announce his alignment with the MAGA movement. Jordan Bach had shared a post saying, quote, "I'm a gay guy who's left the left. A lifelong Democrat, not anymore. I'm voting for Donald Trump. I used to think that voting Democrat was the compassionate choice, but today's Democratic Party, it's become a war-hungry censorship machine, cynically using identity politics and media manipulation to divide us," end quote. Franco shared the post and said, 100% agree, end quote. Franco, whose real name is Jesse Tanner Morris, doubled down on his position when fans expressed their disappointment. In one exchange, Franco fired back, saying, quote, trying to do everything within your meager power to have a negative impact on my livelihood is fascism, end quote. He accused angry fans of trying to undermine his livelihood just because he has different political views. Despite the backlash, Franco's declaration certainly highlights a surprising trend of gay men supporting Trump. He is not the first gay adult film star to back the Republican nominee. The list also includes names like Alex Grant and Ricky Larkin, and at least 10 more. Queer News Tonight executive producer Al Ferguson spoke to FabScout's Howard Andrew about the conservative trend among gay porn stars. Andrew is one of the best-known producers and talent coordinators in gay adult entertainment. When asked about the number of gay porn stars supporting Trump, Andrew said, quote, "There are a lot of porn stars supporting Trump. I really don't have the reasons, but there are flat earthers, conspiracy theorists, etc. Some say it has to do with Kamala's past support of Sesta Fosta. I just don't get it," end quote. When Andrew was asked if this was a trend, he said, quote, "More each day. It's very scary. There are a lot of people that don't understand. This will, for sure, hurt us all," end quote. Finally, Andrew was asked if this trend of gay porn stars supporting Trump and other radical conservative causes. He said, "Oh yes, there are also prominent people, bar owners, etc. It's very scary," end quote. It is a voting bloc that is a surprise to some. Gay porn stars for Trump. You know, I always sound so cynical, and I always have to catch myself to not sound just like Debbie, whatever. I also don't find this so surprising. I hate that hurts me to say, but I think that there is often a kind of split, and there's sometimes people don't. They feel so detached, and they can become so detached from the everyday lives that queer folks experience. And once you reach a certain class status or reach a certain kind of level, you almost kind of, not to say that that's always happening, but that there is a kind of trend. And this is horrifying, right? And it's not new, right? What do we make of log cabin Republicans or there's a movement here that has long since existed. And I think it's kind of to your point earlier, buddy, right? We have to do a better job communicating how we are in this together, right? That if one of us falls, we all fall. And it's so easy for folks to read this as such an individualistic thing, right? And yet horrifying all across the board.
But I also have to ask, because I'm stumbling here because this gentleman, because I don't know who he is.
I don't know him either.
Yeah.
I don't know her.
First of all, who the F cares? He does porn. It's not like he's, somebody of educated status because
that's not true. He could be.
Well, he's proving no. He's proving how bad his education is because he's not understanding the term fascist.
Well, for sure. No, his use of the word but that's what democracy is, to be able to criticize. But
I'm not saying he doesn't have the right to criticize, but to make such a wave. Who the hell cares? He's a porn star.
Mm-hmm. Right. I'm thinking it might be Popper's damage. And maybe someone should cut off his Viagra prescription. That might make it hard for him to find work. And also, I was just thinking that Bach and Franco might be able to bunk together in the concentration camp after they've rounded us up.
The fact that this man is making waves because he's a porn star. In South Florida, everybody's a porn star for 20 minutes, it seems.
Sure.
But at the same time, it's also... this is what Andy Warhol always said. Everyone's going to have 5 minutes of fame.
15.
15 minutes. Well, here he's had 17.
He's 2 minutes too long.
Yeah. But I'm just I get it. He has the right to express what he says. I get it. But It's like a Kardashian. I don't care.
And we have our right to not support him, right? Like
Right,
that is
you're
like,
absolutely right. We
like
don't
let's
have
stop
to
watching
support
this.
him. Yeah.
And like
You know?
that is talk about like hurting his livelihood. We don't want to support, you know, people who are not embracing of our community.
And it also points out to people, you know, years past growing up, businesses stayed pretty neutral in politics. You open your mouth and you offend somebody politically, you run the risk of damaging your business. So bar owners, you're going to open your mouth and say, I'm a Trump supporter, then you can't sit here and cry when nobody shows up at the door.
Right.